Good evening, everyone. I am Poojan Patel. I am contesting for the post of International and Alumni Relations Secretary. I have been part of this team since last 3 years, since its very beginning, and I have been working as part of the team in various capacities, and I have experienced INDR in all its aspects. I have also been on an exchange program, and I know the international relations side of it quite well. So that is my motivation behind standing up for this post. And I will run you through the manifesto points and this is my PPT. So we'll start. So first point of my manifesto is to enhance branding of IIT Madras. The reason it is there is the new constitution of IIT Madras lays down branding of IIT Madras as one of the responsibilities of INDR Secretary, and I will be taking it up actively. The next point, there will be frequent and personal alumni interaction sessions with students to enhance better guidance and funding sessions for students in general. There will be organized a service structure of INDR services so that anyone who wants help from in regards to alumni relations or international relations, they know whom to approach when they come to our office. So, my definition of INDR: integrity, accountability, and responsiveness. And to achieve this, these are my points. I think because of the presentation, the points are not visible. I will just tell whatever the points are there. So the first point is, I will be starting a new team in INDR, which is operations team. This team will take care of interdepartmental interactions inside INDR Student Council, and also it will ensure that the team works efficiently. The next point is, an impact team will be established. So currently there is an outreach team which takes care of alumni relations in general, and this team is also involved in organizing activities for IIT MAM and OAI office, and their work becomes quite hectic, and to lower down their workforce and to divert this work to other team, a new impact team will be established, whose task will be to take care of the leadership lecture series and also the new initiatives which INDR will be taking up in the next whole year. Those will be properly organized by the impact team. Next point. So, branding IIT Madras. Again, here the points are not visible because of some yeah, the font color is different. Sorry for that. So, basically here the points are, I will be closely interacting with other institute teams like Shastra, Saran, the Fifth Estate, C5, Media Cell, and I will collaborate with them to come up with a good branding strategy for IIT Madras in general. My main focus will be to come up with campaigns which showcase IIT Madras in a way which so that IIT Madras and its buzzwords reach out to institute students as well as outside. A new team will be established under this section called podcast. The main objective of this team will be to ensure regular content generation in terms of videos, graphic content or audio. Entrepreneurship at IIT Madras. So as of now, there are events being organized in Bangalore alumni chapters called an Entrepreneurship Adda. I will be expanding these events to further active chapters like Hyderabad, Pune, Delhi, where there are already alumni who are interested in conducting such mentorship sessions for students, and this will be actively taken up from the next year onwards. We will be establishing a structure where even students will be able to go for this meetup so that they get to get some mentorship and guidance from this alumni. Also, mentorship forum will be established through which students and alumni can gather and they can exchange their ideas. Basically, students can get their ideas validated, or if they are looking for some funding and there are alumni who are interested, they can also approach them. Coming to alumni relations, this slide is dedicated for hostel alumni relations. So, as you can see, an active Facebook and LinkedIn outreach will be established for individual hostels. As of now, we are doing it at an institute level where we have our active LinkedIn group and Facebook page through which we are reaching out to our alumni. To make it more efficient at hostel level, this will be done at individual hostel level, and hostel alumni relations manager who were the alumni affairs secretary until last year, they will be the ones who will be actively taking this up. Another thing will be crowdfunding support for hostel initiatives. So there is a crowdfunding portal which is into establishment right now, and this crowdfunding portal basically right now helps Shastra projects like Raftar and Amok to get funding from alumni. The similar initiative will be extended to hostel initiatives. So suppose some hostel is willing to establish certain infrastructural facilities in the hostel, they can advertise their own initiatives on this crowdfunding portal, and we'll also facilitate them to contact relevant alumni so that they can approach them for funding. Next point is hostel events during reunion. This time when the reunions happened and I was actively involved in them, I felt that many alumni, they have good feel for their hostels and they want to interact more with the hostel students. And so to ensure that we will be having hostel events during reunions itself. This slide is for the departmental alumni relations. So basically we will be doing reunions at department level also. So this year a kind of initiative was done at the metallurgical department where alumni had a dinner during the reunion period, and this was quite successful because alumni were quite happy by interacting with the current students at department, and it basically fosters a personal interaction environment with the students and alumni. So this will be promoted at department level. Other thing is to facilitate departments, and suppose department first want to reach out to alumni for organizing lectures or for sponsorship, this will be actively facilitated through our office. I've already checked with our office and they are fine with this initiative. Under career development, one of the major initiatives we will be taking up this year is establishment of a new consultancy club. This has been in planning since long, but it wasn't being taken up. I will be ensuring that this gets established. So the basic fundamental behind a consultancy club is to have sessions where people can come up and have case study session or estimate sessions which can be discussed, and we will be also bringing down our alumni. We have large pool of consult alumni in Chennai itself and in nearby cities whom we can use for this. Also, alumni lectures for diverse career fields will be organized so that students become more aware of the kind of career choices they have, and this will be also done as part of both LLS and also at department level events. Another major request from alumni side that we receive is for job offerings. Many alumni say that they want to hire students from institute itself for internships or placements. So at least for internships we can facilitate it through our already existing channels, and this will be actively taken up. There will be a proper channel set up through which alumni can approach us so that we can make sure that such requests don't go unanswered. Coming to international relations, the exchange application procedure will be streamlined so that students can easily go through, because as of now it is very hectic, and this will be simplified for the students. Next step is the steps and procedures manual will be established for students and faculty advisor to refer to, so that students don't lack guidance when they need to apply for any exchange program. An incoming students guidebook will be updated and through active feedbacks from recent international students, and this will be done on regular basis so that the international students coming in don't face many issues when they are here on campus for their first few days. And for global, if there are fests or events who want to have global participation in their events, it will also be facilitated through our contacts of Office of International Relations. The student affinity program is going to be released soon, and we are already working on it. Some of the deals will be released soon, and this is as of now for students. From next year onwards, it will be expanded to our alumni networks as well, and this will be actively taken up in my team. So, thank you. Any questions?
We'll have moderated questions first. So, one question that a lot of people have is, a lot of teams in the IIR system do a lot of redundant work. For example, C36 domain is somewhat the same as T5Es. IITM TVs is the same as media cells, and leadership legacy is almost the same as EML. So, what are your thoughts on it? How do you see them functioning independent of these bigger and much more recognized student bodies?
Okay. I will address them on case-by-case basis. So beginning with Chennai 36. So Chennai 36, the vision behind Chennai 36 was to have an alumni blog. where alumni themselves contribute, and it's not something, it's not kind of a journalism kind of a content which T5 in general generates. T5 is more focused towards the institute's activities and whatever is happening inside institute. Through Chennai 36 blog, we want to foster better alumni networking and relations with them, and that we are addressing through Chennai 36 by asking them for interviews, and whenever they come down to institute, we ask them to share their experiences. Another thing would be, if T5 is also handling this thing, we have leadership lecture series on a regular basis, and then many alumni come down. I think it would be a huge added workload on the Fifth Estate if they take this up. That would be another major issue for them to handle. Coming to IITM TV, the way IITM TV as of now, the YouTube channel has close to 2,000 subscribers. If you look at any other channel in institute, they don't have that kind of following. And even MediaCell doesn't generate any content which is unique and new, and which is focused on students and their activities in general. So IITM TV serves that purpose of addressing the students' needs and also covering institute's life in general. And also we have requests from Office of Alumni Affairs and International Relations, which we also address on regular basis, which can't be handled by MediaCell alone. It will be again an added workload on them. What was the last one?
LLS.
Okay, Leadership Lecture Series. So Leadership Lecture Series was basically established with an aim to bring down alumni to institute and conduct their lectures. And the way I see EML is EML kind of targets famous personalities in their own diverse fields who come down for their lectures. The alumni who come here, they might not necessarily be that famous in their public sphere, but these are the ones who can give good and diverse kind of fun days, or they can talk about various kind of things. Like we have our professors, we have various people in various different fields who can come down and address their own fields, or they can talk about institute life in general. Basically it is focused on fostering better alumni interaction and networking, and bringing down alumni and associating them with institute.
So just a clarification with the question that Arun said. So leadership lecture series is not a very exclusive event per se, because as soon as there is some event which is coinciding with the ideology, the themes of any other lecture series, there is co-branding and co-organization. We've had lectures which have happened in coordination with EML, we've had that with other groups as well. So the theme for leadership lecture series arose only because we wanted to have one theme for alumni. So need not be a requirement from every team to have alumni, but we want to have this alumni-student interaction, and leadership lecture series is a good reason for the alumni to develop and also interact with the students. So it's not just the lecture themselves, they have a pre-lecture program where they interact with the students, they visit the campus facilities, and a lot of times these visits also translate into some contribution towards the campus in terms of anything, monetary or time. So yeah, so they're not directly competing with EML.
So as you mentioned in your slide, there's a hostel representative instead of the IR the alumni secretary now. So what is your vision for this post? Because you can do anything you want with these people, because they will be directly working under you, unlike the alumni secretary. So what is your vision for this post, and what work will you assign them?
So hostel alumni relations managers will basically take care of hostel alumni relations. So whatever points I mentioned under those, under the point, so basically running a Facebook or LinkedIn group of alumni for the respective hostel, then coming up with alumni funding proposals, and also organizing hostel level events whenever they happen. Like suppose hostel night is happening and invitations are to be sent to alumni, that will be done by them. Basically all the alumni side of hostel alumni relations will be taken care of by these people. Another important thing, another major challenge that these people might face is they won't any longer be part of the hostel council as such, and that may affect some of their some of the privileges they used to enjoy before. So for that we will be addressing that through establishing a proper interaction channel with the hostel council and the warden directly, so that this doesn't happen. A proper communication stays, because whatever hostel council initiatives are being taken up, that only the hostel alumni relations managers can help in all those cases. So that will be the basic vision behind having the post. So these are the major workload limitations.
So one major thing which IAR hasn't been able to crack yet is placements. And we know for a fact that there is tremendous potential in the resource of the alumni contacts and networking. So what is your plan in terms of career development, in terms of placements, in terms of internships, and also in terms of making the students aware of what all opportunities are out there? Because honestly speaking, the students even don't have any idea of what they could be doing in their life.
So I mentioned some of the points here in my PPT with you and there, so I will repeat them again for you. So for addressing the placements part, alumni requests do come in for placements, and also the placement team also wants to reach out to alumni and companies through this alumni, and this will be facilitated through our established alumni database. And I had a discussion regarding this with the aspiring academic affairs secretary, and he is also on board with the same thing. And he said that yeah, they also want to approach alumni through our channel. We can facilitate that through our alumni database and through help of development officers contacts. Coming to internships, we have been advertising internships as of now through SMail. My plan is to take it to a proper portal as part of our alumni.iitm.ac.in server itself, where a separate tab will be established where alumni can put in their request. Either this can be done this way, or I still need to talk to the internship advisor regarding this. If he is fine with that, we will be able to move all the internship requests from alumni to the main internship portal itself. That will be done. Regarding the career development thing that you mentioned, more department level and also LLS initiatives for lectures will be organized, and more janta from alumni side will be brought in. From diverse career fields, we will be targeting people from different areas. We'll be taking regular feedbacks from students as well on what kind of aspirations they have. If they specifically want us to organize session on certain things, we will be targeting such alumni, because we have a large pool of alumni, and I don't think there will be dearth of contacts in those areas as well. So we'll be addressing that through that, and yeah, it will be done at both department level and in institute and in general.
Okay, a follow-up question to that. Right now, all those things happen. The interaction between the IIR team and the placement team happened. I met the VCs. We told them that we're going to give the contacts to the VCs if they request for that. But the only thing that pained was that there was no structure. And because there is no structure, the VCs eventually, because of lack of time or whatever, will in the end start contacting the alumni themselves, because they have the same resources as you do. Therefore, yeah, they're going to contact alumni themselves. There is going to be a problem with that, because they obviously will not be able to contact a lot of alumni like you can, but because you won't have a structure, they won't be able to use the alumni office to do that. So what structural change will you bring in to address that? Because there have been companies coming through alumni contacts this year as well. It's not like they haven't been coming at all. So, but this hasn't changed for most of the part. I would not quote, but I would still say it would not be more than 5 to 10% of the companies which come through alumni contacts. Not quoting at all, but yeah, so maybe Saket can throw some light on that. Do you have any statistic, rough ballpark figure on where the placement statistic through alumni is?
So this year we got a couple of companies from alumni, Dalbert and Roland, but they, not exactly alumni, but we approached them through director. They have contacted few of the known chairpersons in these companies. But the scope of alumni placement is pretty high. So one problem which we faced last year was in getting the information regarding the alumni in the specific companies we needed. So those requests have been raised this year also.
So in terms of structure, is there going to be anything new, or is it going to be the same thing where we have a common meeting with the branch councillors, and then there was a requirement to come up with a list of companies and then you would get the contacts, right? So is that going to be the procedure again, or is there going to be some change to that? Because obviously the same procedure going again, either something has to change.
So we'll be having a common team between IAR and Academic Affairs Council, so which will act as a bridge between both the teams, IAR and the placement team. The major reason behind delaying of this information was we had interaction between multiple teams. So that was the major reason. We asked for contacts around in last week of August, if I am not wrong. And by the time we got the contacts, it had been like almost 3 weeks. So there was a delay of this information, which can be reduced. Like ideally, we could have got these contacts in a couple of days. So in order to reduce this, we'll be having a common team between both of the teams.
So have you guys?
Yeah, we have discussed this.
Okay, so we'll throw the floor to the audience questions. Raise your hand if you have questions.
Although your post is alumni and means IR Secretary International and Alumni Affairs Secretary, Alumni Relations. So, but what is in your plate for non-final year students, first, second, third, or probably fourth year in case of dual degree students?
It's a good question. The department level career funding sessions or whatever the initiatives I talked about, this won't be only targeted only for final year Janata or the ones who are looking for their placements in a very close time frame. So this will also be helping second year, third year and fourth year students in case of dual degree when they are making their career choices, and also when they are trying to explore the different career career paths that they want to choose. Another thing will be, these people will also be facilitated in going for exchange during their second or third year, and this has already been happening and it will keep happening. We are just going to streamline the procedure so that it becomes easier for these people.
Good that you pointed out that thing. Means I remember last year it happened probably Abhishek's team, or I think Rohit's team did that. So this year I didn't see any of that kind of activities happening.
Yeah, they will be definitely taken up again, and we will be actively organizing such events for the betterment of students.
So the international relations team has been working on a consolidated platform for exchange, because right now our exchange happens through random emails that we get, and there is no fixed database as to when is the deadline, when can we apply, who should we contact now. So what is the status of this platform?
The portal is almost ready. We have sorted out all the universities which we have based on the departments and country basis. And the portal, everything, the database is ready. It's on the portal. It's going to be released soon, and it will happen before the end of Abhishek's tenure. So I haven't covered much about the portal in my initiatives. Also, whatever feedback we receive regarding the portal, they will be implemented as and when required.
So yeah, we'll be having a sessions for all the branches and UG, PG separately for international opportunities by the end of month. So somewhere right after the quizzes, that's around 30th, 31st of March, and that is when we'll be releasing the portal.
Are there any more questions? No? Okay, then we'll wrap up the show.
Thanks a lot.